Hi guys, and welcome back to another edition of our walkthrough of Mean 18, and today I'm going to show you how I create a golf hole on a course that I'm currently creating. It's called Amity Island, and it's based on the location of where Jaws was filmed, and I just thought it was a cool new fun golf course to create. And I will be showing it in gameplay in another video when I've finished creating it. So in order to, if you've got Mean 18, it does come with an Architect program, and if you're in DOSBox, you can get into that program by typing in arch.exe, and that will load the course architect. So we'll choose 4 for the EGA board 16 color, and we're going to choose mouse. I'm just going to turn down the volume a bit because it's really loud. Okay, so we're going to choose our course disk, press return, and selection 1. I've finished 7 holes so far, so we're up to the 8th hole, and see now I've got my mouse. Over on this section here you can choose your background. So for my background I've got some water over the boat. You can see this little shark fin there, and so that's what I've created there. And then you've got your there's Jaws fin that I created, and just some basic trees. So you've got your palm tree, and you can draw whatever you like in here, and it's quite user friendly really. And also, if you're looking for some pixel art, you can look up pixel art. Just look on Google, just do a Google search and look up something for for pixel art, and then just basically copy it into the box. So that's another tree. I'm actually using another. You have to use another golf course file, and what I suggest doing is you copy that file so that you don't lose your original, because if you lose your original, you're basically screwed and then you have to find it again. So anyway, let's get going on hole number 8. So this is hole number 8 on the Walt Disney Palm course, which I'm going to be deleting, and then we're going to recreate a brand new hole. So I want to start with a brand new slate. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to choose light rough. You've got fairway, light rough, deep rough, sand, water, out of bounds. So you can choose any of these boxes. These are the sizes of your paintbrush basically. So if I've got it on light rough and with this big one selection, you can see when I hold down the mouse button, it chooses like a big area. If I choose the small one, it just gives you a little line, which is really good for doing detailed work. The middle one I don't really use that much, but it does a smaller sort of line. To fill a section, click on fill and then select an area on the screen, and it will fill the entire area. So we're just going to do that, and we're going to delete all of this stuff. You can also just paint over it to get rid of all the other small particles. So we're just going to do that now. I'll choose my big brush, be a lot quicker. Okay, and you'll see that when you paint over the green it won't delete it, which is pretty handy. And these two dots here, these are your T boxes, so if you try to paint over that, it won't remove those either. And so the golf hole we're going to create, it's a par 4, 440 yards, and that's going to be for the Pro Tee box, and will be 400 yards for the regular tee box. Okay, so next, I've just got one little more piece to fill in there. Before we do anything else, I'm going to edit the green. That's so I can get the hole placement, the flag location set up and everything. So we're going to click on green, and you can click on fairway, and you can erase everything, so we can start with a clean slate. So I'm using the large paintbrush to get rid of everything here, and then we'll create a brand new green. And what I like to do is use the small one, and this one is for our green surface. Okay, so we're going to do a line like this, and then up, and then around like that, sort of like almost like a shark's tooth. And we can neaten up edges too that we've made a mistake on, so I can just delete that little bit there, and then we'll use our big paintbrush and we'll fill this in. I'll just go around the edges. And that way. And so we do as much around the edge as we can. Then I'll use my small one. We can just fill in all these little gaps. It's a little bit time consuming, but we'll get there eventually. So you take another minute. Might just add a little bit onto the top there. Okay. Now these arrows here represent how the green slopes, so we're going to use this one, and again you can use your different sizes. So if you use the fat one, it makes quite a big slope, which is like a really steep slope, but I don't really want to use that one. This one's a little bit more finer. It's good for doing edges with. And this one is like really thin, which I actually like this because it creates a more gentle slope to the green. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to get rid of this. We can delete all that. We'll delete this. And what I like to do is just go around the edge of where the top part of the green is. So I have to select the arrow, just so we can create, a defined slope here. We'll do a couple of lines just sort of following the same pattern. We'll do one around the edge here. Just do this top bit here. And just random click around, just so there's slope going all through the green. Doesn't have to be perfect, because it's all going to be sloping downwards, or if you're going to be on the fairway will be sloping from right to left. Alright, so that looks pretty good to me. Alright, so we're done. Now we can do our trees. Well, part of the trees is the flag placement, but we'll get rid of all these icons first. You can just click and drag them off the screen because we're creating a new one, otherwise we're going to have trees all over the fairway. So we'll just do this now. Oop. Some of the small ones are a bit hard to get. Oop, there's a flag. Okay, so for our flag placement, we're going to put it about there. Then we can check our placement by clicking on green and see where the hole is. It doesn't always match up where it shows on the map, so we want to drag it maybe a couple of spaces over. So we'll go back to trees again, and if I just go 1, 2 across, and then we can recheck it. There, that looks better. Might add another couple of slopes just here. Looks pretty good. Okay. And now we can set our tees. So this is a professional tee, a regular tee, and this is for our green position. And you'll see when I click on green, it comes up with this little arrow corner, and wherever this corner is where the top part of the green's going to be. So if we just place it about here, and see now the green has been put in that position, and what was left behind it was this green patch, so we can cover that up. And what I do next, because Amity Island is on an island, there's a lot of patchy sand on the island, so what I do is click on sand and then the pen marker, and then I just click and drag really quickly. So I'll go like this, and it sort of creates dots, sort of like off the fairway. I don't worry too much, about placement and stuff like that. Alright, so there's our sand. Next we're going to create a coastline for where this course is. There is a coastline. So I'm going to click on sand, and we're going to draw a coastline, sort of like that, and then we're going to do the beach, so I'm going to do another line going like this. Just fill in that little area there, and then go fill. Boom. Makes it a lot easier. And for the water, boom. Just fill in those little bits there. Okay, so this hole's going to be a par 4. You can change your par down here by changing it to a 5, a 3 or a 4. And here it shows the yards to the pin. So wherever I have my cursor, you can see it changes as I get closer to the green. It's meant to be 440 yards. So we'll leave it at about 427. That should be okay. Right there. And our regular is going to be 400. So I've clicked on R, and then we're going to place it. It says 398. Yeah, that looks about right to me. Now for our fairway, now we can get to the fun part. So what I like to do is just, oh, hang on, I've got to click fairway. Just, you know, go blob with the big paintbrush. And our fairway is going to end about here somewhere. And, you know, just go blob like this. Sort of gives it a bit of a haphazard sort of appearance. Gives it sort of a rough, you know, a rough feel to it, I guess. Alright, that looks about good, and we're going to put in some sand. And if you want to get a close-up view of what you're looking at, you can use this box down here, so you can do some fine detail work. So what we're going to do, our bunker is sort of going to kind of represent a shark fin. Sort of like that. If that sort of looks like a shark fin. And just neaten it up a little bit. And a good fairway should be about, I've worked out if you go by the number of jolts that the cursor moves, about 10 is a good fairway width. So let's count it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that's pretty good. I think we can leave it like that. And just neaten up a little bit around the edges, because we've got some sand there that we don't really want on there. Just there, bit of cleanup work, and we're going to get to the fun bit in a minute with placing trees. Okay, so our distance to the pin is 427. The tee shot goes about 250, so around the 180 mark, I think, is where this is. Around this area is where the second shot's gonna end up. So that looks about right to me. Okay, let's do our tree placements. So what I like to do is start off where the green is, and we're gonna put one here, about there. We're gonna put one there. We're gonna put one here. Put one there. I'm going to put a bush. I'll put a couple of bushes in here. Another tree probably here. Tree there. Gonna put some more bushes here. One there. Another tree. Another tree. Another tree. Got to be careful with our tree placements as well, because we don't want to really be, you know, blocking tee shots, because that's not fun, you know. I mean, it can be a challenge. Don't get me wrong. I like to have a challenge playing golf. Okay, and another tree here. Probably there. And that's pretty much it. I think that should look pretty good. I might just change this around a little bit. Put that there. And that one there. Alright. Let's try it out. Might just neaten this up a bit. This looks a bit tatty, so we can use this little section and just clean that up a bit. Might take that bit off and just do that. Okay, shall we try it out? Let's try it out. Save and exit, and we'll go into the golf game. We're going to select Amity, new game, one player, Pro Tees, beginner, and we're going to select practice a hole, and it will be hole number 8. So here's our golf hole that we created. Oh, look at that, it worked out, 441 yards, and regular is 410. So our regular tee box, we can probably move that up by 10 yards, but anyway, let's leave it and let's try this out and see what it looks like. Okay, so we can already see there's a tree on the left hand side which needs to be moved over a little bit, but that's not too bad. Okay, let's give this a crack. Ooh, not a very good shot. Anyway, got a second shot coming up. A few trees in the way. You really have to aim down this side of the fairway for this. Let's hit a round. Got through. It's gone over the back, I think. It looks like a pretty, you know, it's interesting. It's an interesting golf hole. I only did this quickly, just, you know, to show you guys how to make one. There's our green. see if we can par it. Yeah, we got a par. So yeah, that's how we create a golf hole. Let's go back because we can fix up that tree, and I'll show you how to do that real quick. And we can fix up the regular tee box. Mouse, Amity. Okay. We'll go to hole number 8. So we'll fix up the regular tee box, and so that's 398. If I go up and down one, that's 392. We'll do that, and just clean that up a bit. Looks good. Just put some edges on here. Put edges on there. Just makes it look a bit neater. Click on trees, and we can see that's our offending tree there. So we'll move that couple of spaces down. And now we should be all good to go. Thanks very much, guys, for watching this. I hope you found it interesting, how to do stuff. Oh, I'll just to give you a little pro tip. For your edges along here, use the deep rough, and I'll show you. All you do is just click on the gaps where the edges are, and it just makes it look a lot nicer. I think it looks a lot better though, like when you're playing, because it's got more, you can see where the edges are. Gives the land a bit more definition, you know. Just continue down the bottom here. So yeah, just neaten that up a bit. So yeah, this is the up and coming Amity Island course. Hope you enjoyed watching this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.